We are back again. We are back at Kayak City. And guess what I brought? I brought my baby. My RVR. This is my Bonafide RVR. I love it. And you guys have seen me ride around and mess around in this thing for a long time. It's time. It's time for some upgrades. It's time for some change. I got my PWR up and running. It is solid. It kicks ass. But now I'm looking for a very skinny water boat. I'm looking for moving water. I'm looking for shallow water. I'm basically looking for my scum runner, either my frogging boat or my fast current river boat. Carly already losing her mind. Hi, Carly.
Stretchy.
Today it's really rad. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do some upgrades to this thing. I'm gonna change this thing all around. We're gonna go ahead and take that NK180 that I had on the PWR. We're gonna put it on here. And today I got Byron.
Hey, what's up?
Byron's going to help me do this whole install. We're going to be doing this together side by side. Byron's going to have some stuff to say. I'm going to have some stuff to say. We're going to start tinkering around with my nasty, dirty, never wash because I don't wash my kayaks. I basically stripped it down minus the anchor wizards and that little flag in the back. And I got my kayak cushions on there, of course. But other than that, this is a stripped down version of the RVR right now. What are we adding?
We got the goodies.
So I got my 180 Pro Frankenstein motor right here with the plate. I got the new plugs because I've been using these Anderson plugs. They're great, but now that I'm going to hard mount this to the RVR, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to the quick disconnect for the Newport. I got the
Motor mount plate, because you have to get that motor mount plate in order to mount a stern mount motor on said RVR or any other RVR. Upgraded 24 volt to the 24 volt LoPro. I'll explain that later, but these batteries are freaking sick. And then I have my own foot steering. I don't have it on here. I have my own foot steering kit. I'm actually coming up with some different mods for that right now. So next thing I'm going to be working on, or this time I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try out this new Wizard FCS system. Hi, Carly. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Oh, she's so sweet. Sweet girl. I'm going to go ahead and try out this Wizard FCS system this time. Now, for the goods. Let's get to the goods. What are we tricking this thing out with? Not a whole lot, but I am going to go with my short stack and my black pack with rods, and I got the rod turrets on there. The reason why I'm putting turrets on this one is because if I get into mucky areas, I don't want my rods standing straight up. I can go ahead and take these turrets right here, unlock this pin, and lay them back. Lock them in a back 45, or I can lock them all the way down. But if I lock them all the way down, then they're gonna run into each other. So back at a 45 is good for me. Let's see what the goods we got. Ooh, yeah, baby. Gotta always have one of those in your black pack. If you don't have one of those new mesh storages from Kayak for your black pack, I don't know what you are doing. I have tools and all sorts of stuff that's gonna go in there. But let's go. We got the Rogue. Yeah, we got the Shield. That's gonna hook up to the phone because of course I got my Kayak Roto Grip phone holder. And I got a tug strap because I'll be getting in the area. This is an extra Rogue phone holder just in case, say, that one breaks or anything. Or the Shield, where is it? The Shield right here in case it breaks. Haven't heard of them breaking yet, but just in case, you always got to have one on deck. Because the most important thing about getting in and out of the water is letting somebody know that you're doing it. And having a phone on you is important. Of course I got track packs. You guys know me by now. You guys know that I love my track packs. My track packs are definitely going on the RVR. I went ahead, I got that Kayak extension arm right here. That's gonna sit right off here. My track packs are gonna be right here like they used to be on the RVR. Man, I'm gonna be happier than a fat kid in cake. These clips come with it, just to mount it down to the boat. And then of course, you cannot get into a kayak without some sort of libation or hydration. So the cup holder is definitely a must. And that is it. This is all the goods that are going on the RVR. And half this stuff is just boxes for little screws at this point. So let's get to it. No negativity.
Positive or neutral. That's all you get.
My guy. You got to be electric. Positive or neutral. That's it. That's why I have an electric personality. Because the only time I'm negative is at home.
Oh, dude, you know what the funniest thing?
All right, so first things first, always gonna remove the seat. A lot of people talk about, including myself, I don't like how low the seat is in the RVR. I understand why it's low. I've gotten into situations where I'm glad I had a low seat when I'm paddling around because in moving water, you don't want to be too high. But it's still hard to sit and stand. But seeing as I'm gonna be installing a stern mounting motor, I won't be standing as much anymore. It's just really what it is, you know? But I went ahead and I'm removing it because here's the fun part. It's a little bit heavier, but it's basically just the packaging is what makes it heavier, the case itself. This new Newport 20 volt or 24 volt, it's actually 25.6, but 24 volt, 50 amp hour battery. This will actually fit perfect because it is low pro, which is low profile, not low professional. Low profile battery will sit directly under the seat without impeding on anything at all. And the whole thing with the RVR is you kind of want to counterbalance your weight. So initially I was thinking, oh, I'm going to put the battery up here at the bow and I'm going to put the stern motor in the back and that's going to keep me pretty level. But really my weight in the center is the heaviest point of the whole kayak because I'm not afraid of snacks. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to add a few pounds. Now, if you guys are really interested in weight transference in the kayak, go ahead and check out the Catch podcast, this last episode that just aired. Let's see, today's the 19th, so it aired on the 17th, Monday. It's Wednesday, so yeah, the 17th. Oh, yeah, it landed on St. Patty's Day. Woo! But they do talk about the 180, 300, the NKs, the batteries, the motors themselves, all the little details, including weight limits and weight capacities and how you want to balance your weight out. They talk about all of this in the podcast, and specifically Matt Souders. What's up, homie? He has an RVR, also a PWR, but he has an RVR, and he discusses how he uses Bioeno batteries, how he disperses the weight of the battery and what battery size he chose to use because of set amount of weight. I totally agree with it. Brad Hicks also has a bunch of great points because he has a lightweight paddling kayak. It's my Crescent. It's called the Shoaly. He runs that one. And just go ahead and give the episode a listen. It was on March 17th. Go ahead and check that out. They'll explain all of this in detail. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna say I'm fat and I don't mind adding a couple pounds under my fat butt. So the motor in the back, the extra weight of the battery is going to be directly below me. Yes, that's going to make the bow of my boat a little bit lighter. But the only point of tipping when you're dispersing that weight from back to front is the motor itself is the only thing that's going to weigh down the back a little bit more because the battery weight is going to be directly under me. So that heaviest point of the whole motor setup is almost always the battery. That weight will be directly below me under my seat.
One more thing I forgot to talk about these LoPros. I mean, okay, so I've been through a ton of boxes of these already. They have a mountain of them here at Kayak City, but these connectors are totally different. They're a completely different style connector than I've ever seen. They're waterproof connections, which is super dope. And the way they already have the cable loomed, it goes back to the actual waterproof connector. And dude, not only is this just a waterproof connector, they give you another waterproof connector case so you can slide your plug in so it is completely watertight, however you feel like connecting it.
Now that I have, where I'm going to put my battery, because we've discussed all this, I need to figure out where I'm going to put my wiring, because all this back right here, this is all the back leg of the seat sits on this, and it slides back and forth. This is for rod butts, for a very simple, basic, streamlined kayak. This is going to be Dave simple, so I'm extra like guacamole, so this is going to be a little excessive on the simple side, but it's not going to be like the PWR. The PWR, dream boat, it's got all the dream features. This is going to be my fun boat. So, well, they're both fun, but this is going to be my throw and go. So I'm trying to figure out exactly the best location to put these wires in, because I can't put them out the back. Yes, Carly, I hear you, baby. I can't put it coming out back here because if I run the wires over, which my thought process was come through the handle, the back rest of the seat is going to be right on top of the wires. And I don't want to do that. And I don't necessarily want to put the wires up and over and around the seat leg either, because that's just extra. That's something I can snag on super easy. Because trust me, if there's a way to do something wrong, I'll figure it out. So I'm thinking I'm going to come down here in one of these spots right here and put an XL kit. An XL through-hole kit from Yak Attack, basically, is what I'm going to do. All right, Byron. So here's what we're going to do. I need to get the hole saw kit. We're going to use these. We're gonna use these Yak Attack XL kits like I was talking about.
Yeah, 1.5 inch, right?
1.5 inch, yeah. One through the back plate here. It's gonna go back here by the motor, and one I'm gonna choose to come on this side. That way, if I ever want to get back in here to do any type of other wiring or work on my actual rudder
that wire won't be in the way. I've gone ahead, I drilled out my holes, one here and one inside the plate that's gonna go in the back over there. In the XL through-hole kit from Yak Attack, I'm gonna go ahead and use the G. There's G's, there's different stuff you can do. I could split the wires and I could do one in each slot, make it, you know, whatever. But really what it is, they already have the wires taped and loomed up for you. And the G hole, the G spot tends to hit. No, the G hole is the side that's gonna go ahead and hold both of those cords without pinching them. So I'm gonna use a G on one side and a blank on the other. Guys, wiring kayaks can be tricky, especially something like the RVR where there's minimal amount of access inside the hole. I like to use these little wire pulls. It's a wire stick. It's, you know, stiff but flexible enough to where you can get it where it needs to go. But Byron seems to think that he can run this thing without them. So I'm really interested to see how this works. Let's wait till he gets back here, see how he does it. So while I was waiting for Byron, because we're gonna have Byron do the Byron test, but I went ahead and I mounted up my hardware.
Oh, that was quick.
Oh yeah, no, this is the RVR has 4 bolt points. So once you put the Bonafide mounting plate on, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 bolt, and then this is actually straight to the plate. So
This is one of the only ones where you actually have handles around where the motor and the plate is.
yeah,
You can actually carry it.
well yeah, because the handles normally.
Because otherwise, yeah, a lot of the other ones, like there's
Yep.
nothing you do there, and then you're carrying it here, and then it just stabs you right, you know, in your lower abdomen.
Yep. So Byron and me were talking earlier, and he was saying how easy it is to run these cords. So I'm gonna go ahead without the wire stick because that's the way I would do it. He said he's just gonna run it straight. So he's gonna run it straight to this hole right here.
Let's see if I can do it.
Byron test.
Oh, okay. Here is
Try to.
positive and throttle cable.
Yay!
Easy.
Perfect. Okay, so the contactors that come with the LoPro battery are these waterproof, water sealed contactors. These are awesome. But what they don't give you is the other end of this contactor. And some shops, like us, we usually use this different style because we do a lot of the XI3 style connections. So with these new Newport styles, I had a Newport kit, just the regular plug connector that comes with the 36, comes with 24, comes with a bunch of different stuff. But I went ahead and grabbed an extra kit just for today, just in case. And yeah, it's still, those connectors don't fit. You have to actually pull the gray connector off. The actual electrical connector itself, right here. So I went ahead and I grabbed one off. And I'm gonna go ahead and put, what they give you is this waterproof sleeve for your cords, which is great. I can just put the cord right in here, slide it down, make the connection, slide it up, waterproof connection, super awesome, super stoked. But they don't give you the actual connector that you need. One little thing I'm doing while I'm here, because I'm getting ready to tie all this motor in, because I got all the wiring plugged in, I got the through-hole kits in, I got the motor wired up, everything's good to go, all the connections are solid. I like to do this, I'm sure other people do too. The Yak Attack double header is such a multi-purpose thing. I go ahead and instead of just putting the fin right on top, I put this post in, because that way I can plug my motor right in there, or my throttle mount, or anything else that I want, rod holders, whatever you want. I mean, you could do 1, 2, 3 rod holders on these things if you want, but I like to have my paddle here and then my throttle there. So all my go is on my left-hand side, arm's reach away. So we're just making the final connections. I'm making sure everything's ready to go. Get it all linked together. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna plug in this little LoPro battery. Make sure everything's out of the way. We got 1 connection, 2 connections, and all the wiring tucks right down here, out of the way of my seat. Move some tools. Sorry about the mess. I'm working under the gun, but boom. All that is gonna fit right under my seat. Throttle mount cable comes out here with plenty of room. All the connections back here are watertight and ready to go. Go ahead and make my connection real quick. that is really awesome. I love this.
Let's go ahead and try by looking at the, oh, throttle's already reading. Turn her on. There, we're in the off position. Boom! Get that baby run! Ready to get on to the next, because now that I got the go, I need to get the turning. All right, foot steering. Foot steering it is. Like I said before, I have my own foot steering kit. I put it on the PWR. I'm actually doing more mods on it. So until I get it exactly the way I want it, I'm not going to throw it on the RVR yet. I have a deadline that this has to be done by and what was available to me at the time. And I'm actually kind of interested in trying Big Adventures Wizard FCS system. Now, I've met Ramel. We've talked many times. I like that guy a lot. He's a dope dude. So when this foot steering kit came out, I was really interested in trying it. I mean, it's got a lot of extras in here that I really, my big extra, I want to try this spool kit out. I want to see how spooling the line is. That way, if my son's in the kayak, I can reel up the line a little bit tighter because his legs are shorter, or my wife, legs are shorter. If I get my buddy Andy in here, his legs are longer than mine, so I want to release some of the line. So that's why my main interest is trying this out with the spool tensioner. So let's get started. Just to show you how easy this is, literally. It's been pre-pilot holed. One's a slot, one's a straight hole. So the straight hole goes in first, and then you figure out where it fits on the slotted side. It's pretty awesome. Now that I've gotten that off, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll pop this on, and like I said, I'm gonna start with this side over here. Get the single bolt in. And then secondary bolt right in the slot. Now I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna copy and do it the same thing on the other side. One thing I didn't tell you guys is to drill these out. I wasn't gonna go through the whole process of drilling it out. If you guys have questions, hit me up. I'll give you the drill bit size, everything that you're gonna need for this. But you wanna drill a little bit smaller than the actual dimple that goes in. So that way when you hammer it in, it wedges into the plastic. I did it 1, 2, and then the lines are coming out on the RVR where they made it right here. 3, 4. Look, there's my little drill out flower. Cute.
All right, so I'm not gonna spoil it, but I installed my foot steering system. Everything's ready to go, electric, foot steering. The only reason I'm not gonna spoil it is because you guys can go check out Greg Blanchen's video, or you guys can go onto the actual Bonafide page. They have a whole explanation of how to set up your Wizard system. I want to leave that for them, and those guys, they need the credit. My idea was more along the lines of getting the LoPro battery in here and getting the direct connects going on with the electrical. Now, there is one thing that I'm missing. Besides using my feet, how am I going to raise my motor? How, I ask you? Let me show you.
So I'm gonna turn to the side a little bit because I don't really have a way to hold the camera over here. I might actually. I do. All right, so I got my Newport here. When you get Newports, they come with pulleys. They also come with carabiners. They come with rope. They come with handles. Do what you want with the handles. You can do it however you feel. I like to do a ring and then pull it forward and hook it so it stays there. That's coming. But for today, I need to run the line first. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run the reverse line. Now, a lot of people like to run reverse lines in, knots or a straight shot or whatever. I don't. And over here, we like a little bit more leverage. So you're going to see a lot of back and forth between the plate and the arm. But let me tell you why. The reason why we do it this way is so that there's less arm pull. You're not
trying to yank up your motor. It's a whole lot easier. So first things first, I don't know why I did it that way. I can go ahead and hook up all my carabiners though. Carabiners and pulleys. I always put a carabiner and pulley at the top. And I put a carabiner and a pulley on the side because there's two eyelets here. There's two eyelets here. And if I'm going to pull with my right hand, I put it in the right eyelet. That's where the second carabiner with pulley goes. And the reason why I do it that way is so strength, you know? I'm not pulling. So I'm already going to be dragging through a bunch of tie downs, like the Yak Attack tie downs as it is. So I don't want to be gassing myself every single time I'm trying to pull up my motor, because I'm already tired at the end of the day when I'm getting ready to pull up my motor anyways. So you can see I put the loop through the eyelet, and then I put the line itself through the loop. That's one silent, quiet connection that's going to go back towards the motor. The reason why I chose the cloth loop, just the rope against itself in that point, is because that's what I'm actually pulling against. That's the fixed point. So then I go from the loop, I come up here to my carabiner. And then I come back down to my second carabiner and pulley down here. And I can now pull my motor with little to no effort. Motor's out of the water, motor's in the water, let's go to rock. I got through two Yak Attack tie downs right here. Then, take my handle, the blue one actually says lift on it. I know you can't read that, but it is engraved with the word lift. It also has a hole in the bottom. Take the cord, go through that hole. So now, it goes through the hole and out the side of the handle. And now I just use this cord. I sit down and I find the tension that I need, the length, so I can pull out all the excess, all the length that I'm going to need to be able to pull up my motor. So, from here to here. And that's what I'm going to do for today. All in all, the RVR / camera boat / fun boat / family boat / skinny water fun time boat, ready to rock. Almost forgot. Let's put all the extras because guacamole. Got the black pack installed, hooked up with the straps. And I think I got all the goods out here. Ooh, I got more goods in here. Let's do this. First things first, cup holder. There's a lot of places you could put a cup holder. I am on this model specifically. I love having my foot room and standing up and walking around. But now that I have the pedal steer system, I'm not going to be standing up as much. And there's plenty of deck space on the RVR. Plenty, like so much deck space. But there is this little piece of track right here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to throw my drink right in front of me. Oops. There we go. Get it in one-handed. And of course I'm going to put it near the top of the track because I don't want it down close to me. I want the space because I stand right here and here. So let's point it. Yep. Cup holder. Next, gotta have the phone holder. Gotta have it. I mean, I don't feel like dropping it in the water, and sometimes too much in my pockets drives me nuts. So I'm gonna go ahead and release this guy a little bit. And I think I'm gonna put the phone holder, I think I'm gonna put it up in the front a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and take my phone. I'm gonna put it up here by my foot steering system. I'm gonna see if it actually obstructs, because if it doesn't obstruct, that's great. If it does obstruct, kind of a bummer, and I gotta work out from there. But let's see. Ooh, yeah. See, the plastic fins, the plastic casing on this Wizard FCS system actually hits the rotor grip for that. It's okay.
I got plenty of other spots.
Like right here, for instance, right in front of the chair. There's plenty of ample track right there. I can just take the phone holder out of here, slide it right in there. Boom. Phone will be tucked in a nice little safe location right out of the way, because that'll actually be right in the gosh dang way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and use this Kayak, well, Bonafide hard mount right here. And I'm gonna take this thing off its stud, and I'm gonna go ahead and hard mount it to the boat. It's completely out of the way of everything that I'm gonna need, except for basically my motor pull. I'm not necessarily concerned about that right now, because this could all change the moment I get out in the water and try something and be like, oh yeah, none of this works. And that's usually what happens, is I set all this stuff up like, oh, I'm gonna love this, and I get out in the water, I'm like, what was I thinking? So this is one of those things where I can already assume now I'm gonna be like, what was I thinking? But until then, hard mount it right to the threaded inserts in the kayak. And that'll be plenty out of my way for what I need. See if it's sized up right. Boom, done. Sized up.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
I triggered Siri. Sized up and ready to go for me. That's all I really need right there. Not that I answer my phone on the water a lot, but music and little pictures of fish, I want that. Now, let's get into this. Kayak has a phone grip that comes with it. I have a preference. Now, I love Kayak stuff. Absolutely love it. But when I saw this Rogue Shield, I knew I had to have it. Why? Because this metal tab, it's a metal tab. It fits right behind or inside the case of my phone. I mean, this thing is, there ain't nothing to it. So I put this metal tab in the case of my phone. Let me unclip the clip. All I gotta do is pull the rubber back. You don't need to do all the extra, take it out of the plastic, all that stuff. I've done that, I've tried that. All you really need to do is pull the rubber back. There's a D-ring on this thing. See that D-ring? That goes right through your battery port right here. Go ahead and clip all the rubber back on, because I mean, it's just a little rubber seal. And there's a D-ring right there. Look at that guy. Right there. I can even, there we go. So it's D-ring hanging at the bottom of my phone. This clip right here, a little button clip, opens up, clips on. This other side has a button clip as well. I love this. Clips right here on the bottom of my phone holder. So, no matter what, my phone is on me at all times. The great thing is, and this is what I love to do, is if I'm going to do a lot of stand-up fishing, or I'm getting out of the kayak for a little bit, I got to take a leak, whatever like that, I want to bring my phone with me, I can unclip right here, clip this to my PFD, and my phone stays on me all the time. Next up, drag strap. I initially never got one of these. I was like, I don't need it. I'm not dragging kayaks. I drag kayaks. I drag them a lot. So I found that getting a good drag strap is 100% a need. So I take this drag strap. This is the Rogue Gear drag strap, and it's solid enough. It serves its purpose. What ends up happening, even if I'm loading up at the dock, even if I'm loading up at a dock or a marina or anything like that, I now have a drag strap that I can cinch to the front handle of my kayak, and this, or doing the proper fishing knot around the dock clips, that'll keep me from my kayak from leaving while I go and repark my truck. Oh no! Oh no!
I almost forgot my favorite thing. Track packs, baby! Track packs are my thing. I love these things. These things just make so much sense to me.
Now, because of the nature of where this piece of track that I'll be mounting my track packs is to, as you can see, anchor wizard wire, cable goes right under it. I'm not trying to mess with any of that. So I get the offset arm. I put the offset arm in there. Don't touch the anchor wire. Everything's good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mount these things up real quick. Boom. Solid.
It doesn't impede my anchor wizard. I still have plenty of space to reach in and get them. And basically, this thing is done. Let's do the hero shot.